Hi there, students. I've had a request to explain the difference between soggy and wet. Well, the first difference that's very clear is that wet is much more generic, it's much more general. Soggy is an adjective and so is wet. And let's see, if something is soggy, it's something that has absorbed water and it's now wet and soft. Yeah, very often food or the ground as well. Let's see, maybe you have cereal for your breakfast in the morning. You put the cereal in the bowl, you put in the milk and you eat it right away, and it's crunchy and wet and very nice. But you leave that for half an hour and come back and it's soggy. Yeah, it doesn't have any crispness left. It's absorbed all the water, and that is soggy. Or maybe it's been raining a lot and the ground is soggy. The ground has absorbed lots of water. Yeah, it's like marshy or boggy or swampy. Yeah, so something that's soggy is something that's very wet because it's absorbed a lot of liquid. On the other hand, wet is just more general. It just means covered in water. Yeah, so something that's soggy can be wet as well. Yeah, the floor is wet. My hair is wet. I got wet walking in the rain. Yeah, I'm all wet. I need to dry. Wet paint. It hasn't dried yet. Wet ink. Yeah, so still liquid. But soggy's much more specific. Yeah, I walked through the soggy ground. So something that's soggy, it's mushy, it's squashy, it's pulpy, it's rather sloppy. Yeah, notice as well though, you can use soggy more metaphorically to say something that's dull and lifeless. It doesn't have its crunch anymore. Think about the cereal. So the dialogue in the film was very soggy. It was boring, it was mundane, it didn't have any life to it. Yeah, the poetry was very soggy, lacking forcefulness and strength of character. But you can do that with wet as well. Come on, don't be so wet. Don't be so feeble and silly and pathetic. Yeah? So I think wet, covered or saturated with water. The rock was wet. Yeah? But something that's soggy, it's gone soft because it's absorbed so much liquid. It's saturated with moisture. It's waterlogged. Yeah, I guess bread could be soggy if you don't cook it enough. Yeah, it's a bit uncooked and it's rather soggy. And then soggy, heavy, lifeless, without spirit. So the soggy dialogue or soggy prose, a soggy piece of writing, is not very good. Yeah, his speech was rather soggy and without life. I mixed everything together hoping to make a nice meal, but all I got was a soggy mess. Let's see. A cucumber sandwich or a cheese sandwich. If you make your sandwich and put butter in it and eat it right away, it's fine. But if the bread absorbs the water, then it goes soggy. I guess you could say a grey and soggy afternoon. Yeah, wet, moist, heavy, sodden with liquid, with water. Okay, and then wet. Wet's just much more general. Covered in water, covered in sweat, covered in any liquid. Okay, let's see. Formality. Wet, 5 in formality, use absolutely anywhere. Soggy. I think 5 in formality, use absolutely anywhere as well. Let's see. Wet comes directly from Proto-Indo-European, wed meaning wet or water. Yeah, it goes through Proto-Germanic and Old English, but it comes directly from wed in Proto-Indo-European. And then soggy actually comes from the word sog, which is marshy land, like a bog. Yeah, and that comes from some northern Germanic language. For example, sogur in Icelandic, yeah, meaning moist. Yeah, or sogur in Old Norse, meaning wet or damp. Okay, so wet and soggy, now you know the difference. So I hope this wasn't a soggy explanation, it was crisp and full of life. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Wet or soggy?